Have you been zoomed in on the same video conferencing tool for the last 2 years?
Let's take a step back and look at Google Meet together.
This is 27 Degrees, our angle on Google Workspace. All right, Rowan, we're back with another episode of 27 Degrees. As usual, we're going to start with one of our latest Google Workspace updates. Google just announced that a number of features that they've been pouring into Google Meet over the last couple of years are now going to be made available to Google Duo users as well.
Right, Troy. I think Google is moving here really to unify their video calling solutions across the business, personal, and consumer and education spaces so that Google Meet becomes the one solution for video calling that everyone uses across all of those functions. And so you're right, Google's actually bringing all of the features from Google Meet and building it into Duo, and actually is going to rename Duo down the line later this year to Google Meet. And so you'll be able to take advantage of some of those great features that we love in Google Meet.
If you're already a Google Duo user, there's nothing new for you to download to take advantage of this. Just simply make sure you have the latest version installed on your device, open up Google Duo, and you can begin benefiting from all of those features right away. We'll see a bit of a rollout of those features over the next couple of months, but you can begin benefiting today.
Right. I think from a side, just the fact that it'll be a simpler and smoother experience across all of those different areas. I think what's great is that anyone will be able to take advantage of some of the incredible AI-based capabilities and features that Google's built into the Meet tool, like live language translation, being able to change your background to an image or even a video, and even the idea of having the studio-like sort of lighting experience, which will be able to customize how you look on camera. And they'll all be available to everyone who uses Duo too, which I think is great.
So if you're a Google Duo user, give us some feedback. Let us know what you think of the new features that are available to you. You can post a comment in the section below and keep us up to date on your experience. All right, now it's time for one of our favorite new segments from this season that we're calling Let's Google Workspace. Today we're going to focus all on Google Meet, and we'll give you an end-to-end tutorial to help you out if it's your first Google Meet experience coming up.
That's right, Troy. I think it can be oftentimes a very intimidating experience when you're using a new video calling solution for the first time. And so we thought we'd maybe create a guide of, if it's your first time using Google Meet, what are some of the key things and features that you might want to know about, as well as giving you a bit of an update on some of the developments that Google's been doing over the last 18 months, 24 months as well. Firstly, there can be a number of different ways that you can actually access the call, and it's all via URL. And that's why one of the great things about Meet is you don't have to install any application or browser extension or even have a Google account. You simply need to know the URL. And that URL can be distributed in a number of different ways. So of course it could be via email and chat, but what we see most commonly, what Troy's referring to, is a calendar event that has a Meet call attached to it. And in that way, we would simply click on the calendar event, and you'll see the Meet link here, which we can click open, and then that will open us into what's called the green room.
And of course, we're showing you on desktop or in browser, but you can actually open up a Google Meet link from your mobile device, and that joining experience is just as simple.
All right, so the green room actually allows you to configure your entire audio and video setup before you actually join the call, which is which I think is a really great feature, because it removes a lot of the stress of having to actually be in the call and reconfigure your setup whilst trying to listen and communicate with other people in the call. So for example, in the green room, you can set your audio source, and there's options there like background noise cancellation, one of the amazing features that Google builds in using its AI capabilities to automatically reduce background noise and provide a better experience. And of course, with the visual settings, you can also blur your background or even replace it with an image or even an animated video too, which I think is fantastic. So once you've finished configuring your audio and video settings and you're happy with how you look and sound, then you can jump into the Meet call itself. Okay, so we find ourselves in the meeting now, and as a participant,
I want to understand exactly what I can and can't do within this Google Meet, and Google makes it really simple for you and lays out those participant controls, the most used participant controls, all along the bottom right in the center of the screen for you. So from left to right, you've got mute, video on, off, closed captions on, off, raise a hand, and present your screen. That three-dot menu directly to the right of presenting your screen is where the rest of your in-call settings can be found as a participant.
With the simple options of just presenting your screen or screen sharing, you have the option to present an individual tab, an entire window, or your entire screen. But there's a really interesting option with the individual tab choice, and that is when you share your tab, you can also choose to share your audio, meaning that if you have a video, you can actually share that directly and almost stream it into the call, which I think is a great option. But even beyond that, Google have worked on building in even tighter and closer collaboration capabilities into Google Meet. So what I mean is you can bring a Meet call into a document directly in a feature called Picture-in-Picture, where I can see and hear the participants in the call right next to the document that we're collaborating on together. I think a wonderful capability, especially in the realms of discussion around hybrid work, where people are working in different disparate locations.
All right, so now you've sorted out how to control your mic and your video feed and even present your screen as a participant in this Google Meet. But there are a few other activities that the host may ask you to participate in, so we'll ask you to draw your attention to the bottom right-hand corner to an icon that is made up of 3 different shapes. Under that menu, you'll be able to find the controls or access the activities for answering a poll presented to you by the host, entering in your question to the Q&A feature within Google Meet, and even starting a whiteboarding session leveraging Jamboard. Now, say you're experiencing maybe a small issue with your Google Meet experience. You'll want to take a look at Troubleshooting and Help, found underneath the 3-dot settings menu right next to that Hang Up button. Troubleshooting and Help will deliver you some insights into maybe why you're experiencing those issues and offer some advice on how you can remediate them.
That's right. I think it's wonderful that Google realizes there could be so many different factors at play in your environment affecting your video calling experience. And so yet again, a constant theme with them is to bring the power back into the user's hands by using their technology to take the weight off you and help you understand what's going on and allow you to take action to improve it.
Well, that's our guide to your first call on Google Meet. We hope you found some value in our tour of the platform, and your first call experience won't be quite as scary on a new tool. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of 27 Degrees, folks. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all of the newest releases, and check out our next episode for more tips and updates with Google Workspace.